everyone, happy to see you again. Welcome back with me, Ni Wayan Suwardewi Widyastuti, an English Language Education Postgraduate student at Ganesha University of Education. Well, on my second video today, I will share the video about the use of digital comic strips from Canva to retelling Indonesian local story. So stay tuned. As an English teacher, have you ever assigned your students to retelling or analyzing a story like legend or even folklore? If it yes, how do you assign them? Is it through retelling directly the stories or ask the students to rewrite the story based on their words? If we compare to this modern situation or this modern era, those kind of retelling stories is categorized as out-of-date stories. Because why? Because it's not really attractful for the students, so the students can easily to loss of interest and even they are lazy to do it. As most of the students today is already digitally literate with the use of technology tools or digital platforms, we as a teacher can take advantage of it. So we can switch or replace that out-of-date retelling method into more modern way, but still emphasizing the local wisdom context that containing in each local stories. So if we're looking for the current trend that's hype or trending right now, so we can ask the students to create digital comic strip. So the special point of this digital comic strip is it can be an engaging media and interesting media for the students. I think most of us are familiar with the term comic or comic strips, as we can easily find them on comics books or even newspapers. But as we are now living in a more digital era, so this comic strip has already transformed into digital look, which means that we can easily find them or even create them on internet. So there are already a lot of digital tools or platforms that we can use to create digital comic strips, and one of them is Canva. So when we talk further about comic strips and if we relate it into English teaching and learning, so the use of comic strips here can be the good one, especially when the teacher want to teach the context about kind of local stories or narrative stories. So as most of the peoples can easily learn through stories, and most of them are love stories, especially the stories that combine with the illustration, bright colors, and even eye-catching things. So these digital comic strips can be the best one for both students or even teachers. So through comic strips, it not just also entertaining, but it also stand the educational point. So it allows the students to simplify and also explain the complex concepts through images or illustration, and they can simplify and also explain the concept through conversational dialogue that relate into their daily life. So by this, it can help to stick around on our long-term memories. The use of digital comic strip, it is very relatable with English language teaching context that emphasizing students' digital literacy based on local wisdom. So when the students are assigned to retell a story about Indonesian folklore like Keong Mas, for example, so they can practice their digital literacy skill by looking or searching for the information or stories from the internet. So with this digital comic strip, it can really help the students to transform their critical thinking through analyzing the local wisdom values that contain in the story in more creative and engaging way through making a digital comics. So when we want to make a digital comic strips on Canva, so we can ask students to directly go to the Canva website on Google, and then they will be directly in the homepage of Canva, and then ask the students to look for the comic strip designs or search the comic strips on the searching sections. So they will be provided with a lot of varieties of template that they can use, so kind of comic strips models that they can use. When they have selected their template, they can fill them with the elements or the illustration that they want by looking it in the element section. So they can create their digital comic strip as creative as they can. But here there is one thing that the teachers need to be emphasized. So as the students are deals with digital based source, means that they looking for the sources of the stories on internet, looking for the illustration on internet. So always remind them to add a credit, because this point it will present their digital literacy etiquette in gaining and also using the digital information, and also it can avoid them from the copyright. Well, I think that's all about my video today. I do really hope that my video can bring kind of the new information or even knowledge for all of you out there. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share your opinion or your comments on the comment section below. See you on the next video. Goodbye.